Imagine a mountain so high it rivals famous monuments, but instead of history, it's built from millions of tons of garbage. Welcome to India's tallest waste dump, a place where life smells like despair and survival is a daily battle. Today, we're diving deep into a mountain of trash you won't believe exists, and the people living right on top of it. The closer you get, the stronger the stench hits, like a punch straight to your face that lingers long after you leave. This isn't just a pile of rubbish, it's a colossal, smoldering mountain stretching over Delhi's skyline, almost as tall as the historic Qutub Minar. Imagine a landfill so massive, it covers an area twice the size of a cricket stadium, and every day, hundreds of trucks unload their cargo, 600 truckloads of garbage, adding more fuel to this festering beast. But here's the jaw-dropper. Over 1 million people live and survive in this toxic labyrinth. Families raise kids on streets paved with trash, homes built right beside heaps of rotting waste. Chemical runoff from decomposing garbage seeps into the water they drink, the clothes they wash, and the food they eat. Fires flare up unpredictably, sometimes raging for weeks, filling the air with acrid smoke that causes asthma, tuberculosis, even cancer. Take Sushil, a 12-year-old boy who was hit by a garbage truck while collecting scrap. His broken leg still hasn't healed properly after months of hospital visits. Or Sahabuddin, who lost years of his life savings when a fire engulfed the landfill, destroying the plastic and scrap metal he painstakingly gathered. These are not isolated stories, they are daily realities here. And yet, amidst this horror, life refuses to quit. The dump doubles as a marketplace. Fish, chicken, vegetables, and flowers are sold right beside the mountains of filth. You might cringe at the thought, but these markets serve millions in Delhi every day. The mountain of garbage is also a gold mine for thousands of rag pickers and waste pickers who earn around 200 to 300 rupees a day, eking out survival by sorting and recycling what the city throws away. It's a brutal irony, a mountain of filth that fuels the lives of thousands, hidden in plain sight under the shadow of India's capital. This is not just garbage. It's a story of resilience, desperation, and a harsh reality that most of us never want to face. Life here is basically a non-stop battle against sickness and disaster. And no, this isn't a plot from a dystopian movie, it's real life. People bathe, cook, and live with water so polluted that it's basically a toxic cocktail. Tuberculosis, asthma, and cancer. Yeah, they're not just scary words on the news, they're unwanted roommates for thousands here. And spoiler alert, pollution from these dumps contributes to millions of premature deaths across India every year. Yikes. Toilets. Sure, they exist, sort of. But imagine sharing a handful of toilets with hundreds of families, and cleaning? That's on pause for about 20 days. So yeah, everyone's basically holding their breath and hoping for the best. Women often have to walk away from their homes just to find a somewhat clean place, which, spoiler again, is harder than it sounds. The streets? Picture narrow lanes made entirely of garbage. It's like a real-life obstacle course nobody wants to run. And guess what? Ambulances can't squeeze through this maze when emergency strikes. So, if you get sick or hurt here, good luck trying to get help fast. Meet Rekha, a mom juggling 4 kids and washing their clothes in this chemical soup because, well, what else can she do? Or Kamal, who's lost 2 fingers while sorting scrap metal, a common workplace hazard here. And then there's the heartbreaking story of a young girl who died just days ago from respiratory problems caused by the toxic air. Not exactly what you'd call a fairy tale ending. But here's the plot twist. Despite all this, life doesn't just crawl by, it roars. Kids laugh and play in alleyways lined with trash piles, vendors sell fresh fish and veggies just steps from mountains of garbage, and the community's hustle never stops. The kicker: this mountain of trash is also a monument to political neglect. Promises to clean it up, made, broken, and buried, just like the garbage itself. And while the trash keeps piling higher, the people keep paying the price. So, is there a way out of this mountain of misery? Activists and NGOs have been raising their voices for years, demanding better waste management, safer living conditions, and respect for the ragpickers who keep the city running. But change here moves slower than the trash trucks clogging the streets. Delhi's government promised to clear this giant landfill by December 2024. Spoiler alert, the dump is still here, looming large and smelly. Plans to build new waste processing plants and expand recycling efforts are on the table, but bureaucracy and politics often turn progress into a slow-motion soap opera. Meanwhile, the ragpickers, those unsung heroes who recycle up to 80% of the city's waste, a rate far higher than many Western countries, face constant threats of eviction and loss of livelihood. Some argue for formalizing their work, giving them legal rights and better protection. Others fear this could disrupt the delicate, informal economy that's kept the city's garbage crisis somewhat manageable. The truth? There's no easy fix. It's a tangled mess of environmental disaster, economic survival, and political inertia. But one thing is clear: ignoring this problem only lets the mountain grow higher, and the human cost climb even steeper. So, what happens next? Will this towering dump finally be tamed? Or will the people living on its slopes be buried under another decade of neglect? Filming here wasn't just uncomfortable, it felt like walking into a live-action thriller. Our crew quickly learned that the locals don't exactly roll out the red carpet for cameras exposing their mountain of secrets. Phones got snatched faster than you can say, cut, and our cameraman got a few friendly slaps for good measure. Why all the fuss? Because this dump isn't just trash, it's a gold mine for some and a battleground for power. Point a camera at the mess, and you're poking at livelihoods, politics, and some seriously uncomfortable truths. Let's just say, not everyone's a fan of having their dirty laundry aired. But here's the thing, no matter the risks, filming these stories was absolutely crucial. Because behind the piles of garbage are real people with real lives, full of grit, struggle, and a surprising spark of hope. And that's a story worth telling, no matter how smelly the set. This mountain of trash might look like a forgotten nightmare, but it's very much alive, towering over the lives of millions. The question isn't just when it will be cleaned up, it's what happens to the people who call it home. Will their stories be buried along with the garbage? Or will this giant heap finally become a symbol of change, a wake-up call the world can no longer ignore? The power to change this starts with awareness. Every piece of trash we produce, every choice we make, impacts mountains like this. Supporting waste reduction, recycling, and fair treatment for these communities isn't just an option, it's a responsibility. So, the real question is, how far are you willing to go to be part of the solution? Because ignoring this problem only lets the mountain grow higher and the human cost climb even steeper.